Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Karen Odd and these are Karen's Oddities. In today's video, I wanted to sum up my experience in Seattle, Washington. I know someone commented on one of my videos, he's a friend of mine, and he said, I would love to see more of a vlog style of your videos. Essentially seeing what I'm doing and what's happening live when I'm there or actual footage from me being in that present space. Disclosure, I'm super new to YouTube. I'm still learning. I am trash and I do not know how to edit videos. I don't know how to piece them together yet. I still have a lot to learn when it comes to YouTube. So I'm committed to doing a better job at learning how to better document some of my experiences when I'm traveling. I am taking a trip tomorrow. I am traveling to Chicago, and then from there, I'm going to Ireland. Then from there, I'm going to Barcelona, Spain, and then from there, I'm going to Rome, Italy. YouTube now gives me the ability to go live, so hopefully I'll be able to do that and incorporate that in some of my future videos so you guys can see what's happening live then and there. Until then, I need to do a better job at learning how to better document my experiences and how to better put those into one video so you guys can watch them that way. So for my trip to Seattle, this will be a short video just summarizing what my experience was, if I would recommend it, pros and cons of the city and space, and then that's it. Okay, let's get into it. So I was in Seattle, Washington on Sunday, April 16th through Wednesday, April 19th. I was there for 2 nights and 3.5 days. I stayed in downtown Seattle. I was there for a work conference. So my job paid for literally everything. They paid for the flight, they paid for the hotel, they paid for my food, my Ubers, my transfers, etc. It was amazing. Anytime I go somewhere, it doesn't matter if my job is covering it, if I'm covering it, if I'm traveling with friends, traveling by myself, etc. I am making a itinerary of things that I'm going to try to hit, those top attractions in that space that are within close proximity of where I'm staying so that I can really maximize my travel. And that's what I did for Seattle. So I went into this with an itinerary ready. I knew I was going to have conferences on these days from 8:30 to 5, but I knew in the evening, it's free game. I'm doing whatever the hell I want. I knew that on Sunday when I got there, it was free game. And I knew on Wednesday when I flew out, it was free game as well, because I picked the later flight intentionally so that I could focus on exploring things that I wanted to explore. So I stayed in downtown Seattle. We stayed in the Crown Hotel. The actual conference was at the Hyatt, and it was like a new build Hyatt. It was super modern and beautiful. Most beautiful hotel I've seen in a really long time. Downtown was super clean, super duper clean, super modern, very walkable. It kind of reminded me of New York, but just like super clean. I never saw trash. You know what? There was one time I saw a coffee cup on the ground. That was the only time I ever saw trash there. Super duper clean. And by clean, I mean that I didn't even see pieces of gum stuck to the sidewalk. Like usually for me, although it's something minor, that's how clean this city was. I did not see piles of trash. It did not smell like trash. There were a lot of homeless people, and with that, there were some parts that did smell like piss, but otherwise than that, that's not funny. It was a super duper clean city, and that was something that I really appreciated and that I didn't, not that I thought that it wouldn't be clean, but I just didn't really expect. The homeless people, they would hang out kind of like around the CVS's and Walgreens and things like that, but they were not as problematic as it had been made known to me that they would be. I was told that the homeless people can get pretty aggressive, that they're not nice, and they said that if you don't bother them, they won't bother you, which I had no intention or plan to bother homeless people, and I didn't have any negative experiences, thank God. So a couple of things, places that I explored Pike Market. So Pike Market is a huge attraction in Seattle. And essentially it's literally a bunch of shops and restaurants. It's like a 7-level place where you can just walk in a spiral, either up, you can enter in through the ground level, through the street level, and then you can walk up or you can walk down and you can explore different shops and restaurants. They have almost a shop about any single thing you can think about. There was one shop that was all just cow stuff, cow figurines, glass, stuffed animals. They had a magic shop. They had a store that was all just cars, collectible cars, Hot Wheels. They had a record shop, a book shop, an art place, a fabric store. Whatever you can imagine, they had a shop for it. They did a lot of glass work. So a lot of glass work happens in Seattle, and there's also a lot of art. So I stopped by this glass shop and I actually bought myself this beautiful glass egg that I'm very in love with, you guys. I keep it on my coffee table. Sometimes I worry that the dogs are gonna get to it. But I bought that, and I bought my family some other little trinket stuff that I still have to give them. So Pike Market is a super cool spot. On the street level, there are some areas where they're playing live music. That's where they are picking out in the mornings. I think it starts at 11 and it goes until about 3 p.m. before all the vendors pack up. People are selling their art. They go and they pull the fish out of the ocean and they put those out for display. They have fruits and vegetables out for display. It's just a really cool experience. Just think about an open market that's like 7 levels and you can walk through and find any cute, random, quirky thing you like. I love places like that. I love cute, random, quirky stuff. So Pike Market was one of the places I explored. We got on the Ferris wheel. That was the first day that we got here. We went out to lunch dinner. It was lunch dinner. We went out to get dinner, and that was at Elliott's Oyster House. It's off of the shore, or the boat dock, whatever it's called, the waterfront. So in Seattle, they're really known for their seafood because they're right there at the ocean and they can pull a bunch of seafood. I did not try the oysters. I did try their clam chowder, and then I also had their salmon. So I had like a salmon salad. It was super good, super fresh. And then after that, we went to the Ferris wheel. So the Ferris wheel was super duper fun. It's one of those Ferris wheels where you're enclosed in that glass kind of box. These aren't the ones that are open like the old school ones, and it's probably not open because you can probably fall into the water and drown and die. I'm not someone that's afraid of heights, but when I got up there, as you're going up, it's pretty scary because you're really high up there and you're above water, but the views up there are amazing. We went during the day. I'm sure the views are amazing in the evening too. I think if it's 4 people per carousel, and I want to say it's like $21 a person. I can't remember, but it was totally worth it. We had a really good time. We took some pictures up there. So the Ferris wheel, definitely recommend it. I think it's the largest Ferris wheel in the West Coast. And I believe it was built in 2018. It has 50 different carousels. Don't ask me how I know all these details. I did some research and some I was just counting while I was there waiting. The line wasn't long, but again, we were there during a week. No, that was a Sunday. So that's what we did on Sunday. The next day we went to the Space Needle. So the Space Needle is also another attraction. I still haven't made it to Toronto. I don't know how, but in Toronto they have a similar structure. The Space Needle in Seattle I highly, highly recommend it. Initially, I was like, this is going to be overrated and lame, and it's just going to be a waste of my money. I believe it's like $36 a person, and they let you go up in increments of 15 minutes. However, they never kick you out. We never got kicked out. We probably stayed up there for 45 minutes to an hour. It was a group of 8 of us. It's not super packed. You have a lot of different views of Seattle. Beautiful, stunning, breathtaking views. There are benches up there. You can sit up there. They have a bar. You can take pictures. You can take group photos, selfies. The Space Needle is highly recommended, must see, must do, because the views up there are just amazing. Maybe the whole idea of it is overrated and lame, but there's also history of the Space Needle, how it was constructed, when it was constructed, how it operates, changes and modifications that they've made to it. So as you're entering the Space Needle, you can read all this information about the history. And the person that takes you up on the elevator, they actually give you historic information about it. Space Needle was super cool. Once you get out of the actual part that's outside of the exterior of the needle, you can go inside and go down the stairs, and then you can be in their restaurant level. So there they have essentially this restaurant that is like oscillating, and the floor is also moving as well. So they have a glass floor where you can see directly down to the ground level, which was super cool. A little bit scary, not gonna lie, the first time I got on it. And it kind of made me a little bit dizzy just being over there. Being on it rather. But the Space Needle was a super duper cool experience, and I would highly recommend that. Following the Space Needle, we ended up going to Vons. Vons was a restaurant recommended to us by a woman that worked at one of the Marriott hotels that was a local. Food was super good, service was great, and the drinks were amazing. So if you go to Seattle, I would highly recommend you check out Vons. It was a really cool bar, really cool drink menu. Good food, fast service. It was just a good vibe. So Vons is recommended. We didn't have to wait a long time. We were a large party and we did have to wait, but we didn't have to wait a long time. One thing that I noticed was common, and I don't know if it was because of the size of our party, they would not accept reservations over the phone. You had to physically be there, or you had to make your reservations online. But the downfall was if your party was greater than like 5 people, you couldn't make your reservation online, which didn't really make sense to me. And it was kind of annoying when I was trying to plan things for us, but it ended up working out. For lunch one day, we went to this place called the NY Deli. That was pretty good. Just a deli place. The pickle was super good. If you're just looking for a quick bite and you're downtown, NY Deli could be your spot. The thing is, there are a lot of really great food options in Seattle. I'm not going to say that these are the ones that you absolutely must try, because there are a lot of places we didn't get to try. We were only there 2.5 days, right? But what I'm saying is there are a lot of options, and these are the ones that I tried in case you want to try them. Next thing, we went to Post Alley. So Post Alley is in the same area where Pike Market is. And essentially it's an alley, right? It's an alley. It's called Post Alley. But from there, you have access to Pike Market. You have access to different restaurants. And there is where you can find the famous gum wall. So the gum wall is literally what it sounds like. It is a wall where several people, thousands, hundreds and thousands of people have placed their gum along the walls of the alleyway, along every single part of the structure. There's a lot of gum. There's melted gum. There's gum on the floor. Just a lot of gum. And maybe it seems silly, but I wanted to check it out. Like, I was there. So I'm like, I'm going to the gum wall. And my coworker and I, we went to the gum wall. I took a picture there. She took her photo there. It was great. What else do I have on here? We also checked out the original Starbucks. So the original Starbucks is in Seattle, Washington. And I believe the date on there is 1912. We did not get a coffee at Starbucks. Honestly, I think Starbucks is a bit overrated, but we did go and see the original Starbucks. It was open. There was a long line. We did not have time, even if we wanted to get coffee there, to do that, but I was able to take a picture in front of the original Starbucks and see it, and my coworker was also able to take her picture and see it there. I went to this burlesque restaurant that was in the Pike Market. I believe it was on the 6th floor. It was kind of hidden. Super cute spot. I went and I had a brunch there by myself. Had this really good club sandwich, and then I had mimosa. The space is really cute. It's very burlesque. Like, they do free shows, I think, on Fridays and Saturdays. Very nice interior. I told the lady, I'm like, if I come back here with my friends, we definitely have to come here and do brunch and, you know, come see a show. Really cool spot. I went to one of the magic shops in the Pike Market, the like original magic shop, the original like haunted magic shop that was closed, but I went to another one, which is really cool. It had a bunch of quirky stuff and a bunch of machines on the outside, like tarot reading, a chicken that will foretell your future, but I didn't have enough quarters for the chicken. I wanted the chicken to tell me my future, but I didn't have enough quarters. In the Pike Market, I also had a lobster roll, which was really good. I thought it was overrated, but it was good, but it wasn't like, oh my God, this is like amazing. My coworker was the one that wanted to try it, right? So we got our lobster roll and we got that done. There were 3 neighborhoods when we decided to explore further as a team that I was considering, because again, I had done my research about like some of the cool like happening neighborhoods in Seattle. One of them was Fremont. It's known for like their art. It's more like of a quirky neighborhood. I'm a quirky person. I wanted to check it out. Another neighborhood is Queen Anne. It's like the historic era that has a lot of bars and restaurants and like nightlife. And then the other one was Capitol Hill, which has kind of like the best nightlife. So we ended up going to Capitol Hill. I did not go to Fremont. I did not go to Queen Anne. I'm sure there are a lot of other neighborhoods that are great to explore in Seattle that I would highly recommend you check out. This is just what I was able to do in the short time that I was there. At Capitol Hill, we had lunch. Not lunch, it was dinner. I can't remember the name of the place. Service was kind of whack because the guy was kind of rude, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant. We wanted to go to this one restaurant that was like super, it's called like New. It's called New. The restaurant we wanted to go to was called New. That one was really quirky and weird. The menu was strange. They had like these water bug beetles to eat and like weird stuff, and the drinks looked really good, but we couldn't make it there because we were a large party of like 10 or 11, and it's like, it's hard to get into places on a Saturday. It wasn't a Saturday, Karina. It was like a Tuesday. But it's hard regardless when you're trying to seat a party of 11 last minute without reservations. I also wanted to go to the Pink Door. It's on the Eaters article of like one of the top restaurants in Seattle. Couldn't get in there as well. Tried to make reservations 2-3 nights in a row. Couldn't get in there. But we went to Capitol Hill. We had dinner there. Some of the coworkers decided to stay out. I, of course, stayed out. Some went back to the hotel to go to sleep. And then from there, we went to this bar. I can't even remember the name of the bar. It was a gay bar, and it was a very gay bar. And what I mean by that was there were only men there. There were no women. So myself, my boss, and this other woman that was with us, it was only 3 of us women. At first, I'm like, I feel uncomfortable. Not because I'm uncomfortable being around gay people, because I don't want to make gay people uncomfortable because I'm here in their hangout space. And they probably, I don't know, there's just no women. So I'm like, I don't know if they want us here. But we ended up staying. It was a great time. Everyone was super nice. Bartender was awesome. He made us these like super good shots. I don't know what they were. He didn't want to tell us. They were purple, but they were really good. And that was kind of my trip in Seattle. People were nice, but I had the same vibe that I got when I went to New York, where it's like everyone is wrapped up in whatever they're doing. I was also there during the week, so people were like just fast moving. You know, people were working, getting to work, getting back, commuting. People seemed to be distracted in their own bubbles. It wasn't like a very social or lax place or environment. There were a lot of East Asian people. Uber is reliable. It's a very walkable city. So that's something that is good. And it's clean, so that helps it be walkable, right? When you don't have to walk by piles of trash or big fat ass rats that are walking over your foot. I mentioned there are homeless people. I didn't have any issues with homeless people. I hear that their public transportation is really reliable. However, I also hear that the homeless people ride the public transportation, and that is where they are most problematic or can be most problematic. So it's really up to you if you want to try the public transit. I'm not swaying you one way or the other. I'm just telling you what my experience was and what I did. I did a lot of walking in Seattle, so it is walkable. However, all of their sidewalks are at an incline. And I don't mean an incline like this. I mean an incline like this, you guys. And I'm not kidding you. I am not kidding. The incline is steep. So when you're going down, like towards the water or harbor or waterfront, whatever the frick, it's not as bad. It does suck, but like your soles of your shoe are like holding you from like rolling down the sidewalk. But when you have to go up multiple inclines daily, it was not fun. And I think that's what screwed with most of my experience in Seattle, where I'm just like, fuck this place. Like, fuck walking in an incline. I'm winded. My fucking feet hurt. My dumb ass wore heels because I wanted to be cute. Fuck walking in an incline. So for those of you that go to the gym currently, or used to go to the gym, or have been to the gym and have used your treadmill at an incline, just imagine at a steep ass fucking incline every day, which I'm sure it's great for your physical health, but that was intense. Okay. The weather is also not that great. It's gloomy. It's rainy, not a lot of sun. I know it's like a thing. I don't know if it's like that year round, but I know that people there and people that are not from there know that to be a thing. Like it's something that people joke about, where it's like when the sun comes out, everyone is super happy. Yes, the weather was not that great, but it wasn't terrible. It didn't pour rain while I was there. Did it rain a couple of times? Yes. But it wasn't terrible. But I love the sun, right? I need the sun. I like traveling places that are tropical and have the sun because I feed off of the sun. It feeds my soul. So there's that. And that was it. I had done my research. Then I was also told to avoid Belmont. I don't know if you're familiar, if that is accurate, but I was told to avoid Belmont because it can be more of a dangerous or like more crime prone area. I did not go to Belmont, not purposely. I just didn't end up there, but I had no reason to go there either. All the things that I explored were like 10-15 minutes away from my hotel. So kind of if you're downtown, some of those like main attractions, Pike Market, Ferris Wheel, Space Needle, Vons, Pike Market Chowder for the lobster roll place, the original Starbucks, the Gum Wall. All of those places are downtown and centrally located and easy to get to. So that was my experience in Seattle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts if you've been to Seattle. Let me know what you recommend I do differently in the future if I travel there, or what you recommend someone else do. If there's something that I missed, let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you.